Feeling sad all the time isn't normal. Feeling anxious all the time is not normal. Worrying all the time is not normal. Being stressed out all the time is not normal. Crying all the time is not normal. And I'm saying this because I used to be upset all the time. I used to be angry all the time. I used to have a lot of stress all the time. I used to cry every single day. And I remember when I was young, having cried every day for the past week or so. And I remember sitting in my room crying, thinking, this isn't normal. Like, I'm crying every single day. I'm crying every day. This isn't right. And I really was living a decent life at the time. There was no need for me to be crying all the time. I just got upset really easily. Little things would just set me off. Parents wouldn't let me go to a movie, cry. Sister wouldn't let me play with one of her toys, cry. Friends, would make fun of me, make a joke, cry. Like, I was just so easily triggered into crying and being upset and even being angry and wanting to break things. I remember as a kid, I would punch pillows a lot. I'd take my anger out on pillows. I'd punch. Or my skateboard, I'd just snap my skateboard in half. Or pens, I would just grab pens and just break them in half. I couldn't help it. I just wanted to break something. And I had this pent up like rage and anger inside me. And it would come out either in the form of anger or, sadness, tears. And I remember thinking, this isn't normal. I didn't know why I was feeling that way. I was easy to blame someone or something outside of myself. And then I learned that really it's never something outside of ourselves. It's always us that are attracting these things into our life. But I realized it's not normal. And so in this video, I want to talk about how you can overcome emotional issues that you might have or emotional instabilities that you might have so that you can live life on a more even keel plane. Like, I don't think it's normal or even healthy to have such low lows and such high highs all the time. If you're going to have a high, cool, great, but try not to have low lows. If you're going to have a high, try to come back down to baseline, right? So let's get into it, shall we? There's really only a few things I want to share, and we're going to get right into them right here. So the first things first, understanding that it's never anything or anyone outside of you that's causing you to feel a certain type of way. It's always your own self, because it's where your perception goes. It's where your perception goes. It's where your focus goes. So if you're having conversations with people a lot that's causing you to feel negatively, stop having those conversations with that person. Either talk about something else with that person or don't talk to that person at all. Just move on. And if you constantly find yourself in certain situations where you're upset and you're angry and you're getting stressed, just avoid those situations. Just go do something else, like change your life up. You're not a tree. You're not stuck in one situation. You can move around, okay? But ultimately, you're going to continue to attract people and situations that are in alignment with your vibration. And so if you're giving off this vibe of stress and anxiety and fear and worry and doubt, anger, sadness, you're going to be attracting situations like that. And vice versa. If you're giving off the vibe of happiness and joy and abundance and freedom and creative expression, by giving off that vibe, you're going to attract certain people and situations into your life where you're able to feel that type of way. So in other words, your feeling is the cause. Your feeling is the cause, and reality is the effect. So it's cause and effect. The way you feel is going to determine what reality you're living in. It's not the other way around. It's not the other way around. It's like reality is just your consciousness objectified. Reality is like the mirror. And so if you want to change the reflection in the mirror, you don't smash the mirror. You don't put makeup on in the mirror. You adjust yourself, and then the mirror instantly adjust as well. Reality may not be that instant like a mirror, but it definitely is a mirror. It's your consciousness objectified. So that's the first things first, just understanding that you are a creator and you are responsible for everything that comes into your life, people, situation, experiences. The second thing is to understand that there's something called the law of gratitude. The law of gratitude. When you feel grateful, you're full of greatness. You're full of greatness when you feel grateful. You're full of greatness when you feel grateful. It's law of gratitude, and it says that you can't be upset and grateful at the same time. So if you're upset, if you're angry, if you're sad, it's because you're not being grateful. And you can't be crying and be in like this victim mode and say, oh, I'm grateful. You can't be at the same time. How can you possibly be grateful and be crying and be upset at the same time? There's always things to be grateful for. Sure, all the things in your life may not be going your way. Certain people might let you down. Certain things might not pan out as you wished. Certain expectations might not be met. But you can still be grateful for things. You can still be grateful for certain people in your life. You can still be grateful for things that have happened and things that are about to happen. You can still be grateful that you're alive, that you're breathing, that you have hearing, that you have eyesight, that you have taste, that you have limbs. You might not even have all your limbs, but you have some limbs. So the happiest people on the planet, what I want to say is that the happiest people on the planet, they're always grateful. They're the most grateful. The happiest people are the most grateful people. And so if you're ever upset, just come back to gratitude, come back to gratefulness. And this can become a habit. In fact, all your feelings are habits. The way you feel is habitual. That's why certain people that I know you know in life, there's certain people in your life that always seem to be upset. That always seem to be annoyed. Right? There's certain people who are like, oh, that's so annoying. It's just a habit of them to get annoyed. And I always say to those people when they say that, at least maybe not say it out loud, but I think in my head, I'm like, that thing isn't annoying. You're just annoyed, right? It can't be a thing can't be annoying, especially an inanimate object. Like if something's making a loud noise, like bang, 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 that loud sound is not annoying. It's just, it just is. It's just a sound. You're the one who's annoyed. So that's the second one, is just being grateful. And the third thing is making sure your basic needs are met. Your basic physiological needs are met. A few of them are basic physiological need of movement. Like you've got to move your body. If you're not doing fitness, if you're not doing fitness, some form of fitness, it could be yoga, it could be walking, could be running, could be swimming, could be dancing, could be, maybe you're a porn star and you're having sex a lot. Like whatever, any type of movement is really important, really, really healthy. Making sure that need is met on a daily basis, some sort of movement on a daily basis. Another one is sleep, making sure you're getting ample sleep. The easiest way to get the right amount of sleep is, there's two sides to it. It's how you go to bed, it's how you wake up. And how you go to bed needs to be, if you want to perfect your sleep game, you go to bed more or less at the same time every night before you're tired. You got to go to bed before you're tired. I remember when I started doing this, it sounded so dumb before when I first thought about doing this. It sounded so dumb. I was like, why do I go to bed before I'm tired? But then I realized if I go to bed before I'm tired, I can take whatever leftover waking energy I have and I can put it into rest and regeneration, like true rest and regeneration. If I wait until I'm super tired before I go to bed, then I'm just exhausted by the time I go to bed. It's too late. I'm exhausted. I'm freaking sure, I fall asleep fast, but I'm exhausted. It's not enjoyable. So I like getting to bed now before I'm tired, writing in my notebook, and then dozing off to sleep a couple minutes after that. And then when I wake up without an alarm clock. Because if you wake up with an alarm clock, it's cutting off your natural sleep cycle. So if you go to bed before you're tired and you wake up without an alarm clock, you will get enough sleep. And if you do it with the window open, get some fresh air in there, you'll also be meeting the third human need, which is fresh air, oxygen. Okay? There are so many different ways of becoming healthier, right? With sleep and exercise and gratitude and all that. But probably the most universally tested, if you will, the one that works just across the board with the most people every single time, is breath work. Like breath work is so powerful at healing and regenerating and making you feel way better. And it's so simple to do. And it's you're not going to get injured. You're not going to mess it up. Breath work is amazing. And it's because the human body requires oxygen. It requires oxygen more than it requires food, more than it requires water, more than it requires sleep, more than it requires touch and love. You can go days, weeks, hours without the other stuff, but you can only go a few minutes without air. And so by doing some breath work, you will meet one of your human needs like that you might not even know is a human need until you start doing a lot of breath work. So easy way to do breath work. I mean, I'll post some links in below this video to do some breath work, but just 4 seconds in, 4 seconds out through your nose, like 10 sets of that, boom, got some good breath work going. So that's another one. And then another delicious one is food, the food you eat. The food I eat really affects how I feel. If I'm eating really crappy food, I feel really crappy. If I'm eating really good food, I feel really good. Good food, good mood. Crappy food, crappy mood. And even if it's good food, it's important to get the right amount of good food. Too much good food, it's just too much. I feel not good. It's too much. And not enough. It's just not enough. I don't feel good. So you got to find that right amount for you. It's going to be different per person, but generally speaking, you can use this equation when you're trying to find out how many calories you should be eating every day. Generally speaking, it's about 15 calories per pound of body weight. Now, if you're super active, you're obviously going to need more calories than that. And if you're not that active at all, you can probably get away with less calories than that. If you're trying to lose weight, you can probably aim for 13 calories per pound of body weight, even 12 calories per pound of body weight to lose weight nice and slowly. And if you're trying to gain weight, it might be around 20 calories per pound of body weight. But again, that varies depending on your activity level, but it is important to note that there is the right amount of calories to get. And too many calories, you're not going to feel great. Too little calories, you're not going to feel that great either. So that's key. Even if it's healthy food, too much is too much, not enough is just not enough. And then the last piece I want to share with you guys here is the last piece in terms of, and when I say good food, I mean fruits and vegetables. Like, let's be clear. Fresh fruit, fresh vegetables. You're going to feel your best on fresh fruit and fresh vegetables. I personally like to eat my fruit and juice vegetables. I like to drink vegetable juice and eat fresh fruit. When it comes to any type of vegetable that I'm eating, it's going to be just baby spinach and celery, stuff that's pretty easy to digest. The rest of the stuff I like to either cook it up, like cook broccoli, cook cauliflower, whatever, or juice, like juice, carrots and things like that. But the last piece, this is the funnest one. This is actually why I want to make this video in the first place. One great, easy way of being happier more often and getting out of depression, funks, is just to creatively express yourself. Creative expression, like doing what I'm doing right now, making a YouTube video. This is keeping me sane. If I don't make a YouTube video, if I'm not creatively expressing myself or teaching people something, I don't feel good. I feel like my energy is just being suppressed. And I can look around all day long and do all sorts of activities and get enough sleep and eat good food. But if I'm not expressing myself creatively, then I'm suppressing. And suppression leads to depression. Depression leads to disease, and disease leads to disintegration, and it's a downward spiral. But if you want to reverse that downward spiral and you want to go up, then you've got to creatively express yourself. And there's so many different ways of doing it. You can draw, you can sing, you can dance, you can make music, you can make YouTube videos, you can teach people something, but you've got to do something that actually fulfills you. It could even be like learning a new trick or something. This morning I was skipping and I learned a new trick while I was skipping. I was like, wow, it feels really, really good to learn something new like that. So any sort of like creative, fun expression is really key for feeling healthier. Because again, what's the opposite of expression? Depression or suppression. And that leads to depression. So that's it. Hope this video is helpful. If you would like to eat more fresh fruits and vegetables, I've actually put together a 30-day raw food challenge. I'll post a link for that in the description of this video. And if you're looking to creatively express yourself online with your own course or coaching program or ebook, and you want to make some income from that, also post a link for that in the description as well, where I show you how you can create your own online business so you can transmute your passion for veganism or anything health related into an online course, coaching program, or ebook. So all that will be in the description along with the breathwork video. So that's it for now. Peace out, much love, adios, ciao for now.